Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
Welcome to qualifying for this weekend's French Grand Prix. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green and the fight for pole position gets underway.
We're very happy with that position. Well done.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Vettel, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix at...
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? It's got to be a relief to qualify that far up the grid. It didn't look like you put much time into practice today. Is there a reason? Appreciate your time.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Welcome to Le Castellet as we return from across the Atlantic for the 2018 French Grand Prix. The last time Formula One cars raced at the Circuit Paul Ricard, Alain Prost took Ferrari's 100th Grand Prix victory and the 42nd of his own illustrious career. That was 28 years ago, when half of the drivers on the grid today had yet to be born. And how, I wonder, will that legacy continue in the modern era? A lap of Paul Ricard then consists of 15 corners and a total length of around 3.6 miles. Drivers will need to position their cars carefully on the exit of the flat-out turn 10, ready for the double apex right-hander at 11. Watch out for potential overtaking action at the end of the start-finish straight and into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Turner. As with all the drivers at this level, they have a lot of ambition. But Formula One's a daunting step up from any other series, so expectations are high right from the start.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula One proves to be too much. But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Perez, Sainz, and Esteban Ocon, Alonso, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean, Turner, Leclerc, Van Dorn, Brendan Hartley, and Marcus Ericsson. Stroll and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out of... Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can. No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being. We're looking good from the start. Nice move. Good job. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery. We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Don't forget, box this lap. Go, exit now. We're racing on the exit. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment. Brendan is in the pits. We're leading our teammate by 2.0 seconds. Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind. car gap to the car in front is 3.6 seconds. The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, gap ahead is 4.8 seconds. Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy. Okay, gap to leader, 6.7 seconds. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to car in front is 6.1 seconds. Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in 10 minutes. That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs. And that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Turner. They pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was just a pleasure to watch.
And now let's take a look at the Constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, Toro Rosso's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you? Appreciate your time.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms. They aren't coming round to that proposal. Let's try something else. All right, the terms have been agreed. All that's left is to sign the paperwork. You'll be on this new deal from the next race weekend.